Staying ahead in today's world, it feels like. Well, it's a lot, isn't it? So much information flying around.
It really is almost impossible to keep up sometimes.
That's kind of why we're here. Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we try to cut through that noise for you.
Yeah, our job is basically to take these big, complex topics, dig into them, and pull out the stuff that really matters. Think of us as your shortcut to understanding.
And today, we're tackling something pretty significant in the tech world. Microsoft's Q3 2025 earnings call.
A big one. We've got the Seeking Alpha transcript, plus their AI summary, which is interesting in itself.
Definitely. And there's some really important takeaways here, especially about cloud and AI.
Precisely. We're not just going to read numbers. The goal is to figure out what this all means, what it says about Microsoft now, where they're headed.
And maybe what it signals for the rest of us, right? For the industry, maybe even for you listening.
Exactly. That's the mission.
Okay, let's get right to it then. The big headline. A record quarter for Microsoft. Just huge.
Yeah, the numbers are pretty impressive. Revenue hit $70.1 billion.
Which is up 13%. And earnings per share, $3.46. That's an 18% jump.
And crucially, these weren't just good numbers. They actually beat analyst expectations.
Right, which, in this economy, that says something, suggests real momentum.
Absolutely. Beating expectations points to some underlying strength. And the engine behind it all, no surprise, really, Microsoft Cloud.
Exactly. That revenue figure, over $42 billion for the cloud alone, up 22% in constant currency.
Just massive growth there. And it's not just current performance, is it? The future bookings look strong, too.
Yeah, commercial bookings were up 18%. And here's a key detail. The big Azure commitment from OpenAI was apparently a major factor.
Ah, that OpenAI connection. It really highlights how tied together cloud infrastructure and, cutting-edge AI are becoming.
Totally. And then there's that remaining performance obligation number.
Right, the RPO. Basically the value of their contracted future revenue.
It jumped to $315 billion. Up 34%.
Which is just a massive indicator of long-term customer commitment. A huge vote of confidence, like you said.
It really is. Okay, so let's focus on that driver. Cloud and AI. Satya Nadella, the CEO, it was really clear, called them essential inputs for every business.
And they're backing that talk up with serious investment, expanding data centers at an incredible pace.
Get this. They opened new data centers in 10 countries across 4 continents in just 1 quarter.
That's frankly staggering expansion. Shows the scale of demand they're building for.
And it's not just about building more, they're getting smarter, more efficient too.
Nadella talked about doubling model capabilities like every 6 months because of these compounding scaling laws.
Basically, the better they get, the faster they improve. It's kind of exponential.
Yeah, quite remarkable progress on the capability front. And efficiency too, right?
Right. They mentioned cutting GPU lead times by nearly 20%, getting almost 30% more AI performance for the same amount of power.
And the cost per token, a key AI processing cost more than halved.
These aren't just internal tweaks, are they? This makes their AI potentially cheaper and better for customers.
Exactly. And they're achieving this across the board, from data centers to the AI models themselves. It's quite comprehensive.
And who's using this stuff? It's not just tech companies anymore. They highlighted names like Abercrombie & Fitch, Coca-Cola, ServiceNow.
Big, recognizable brands expanding their use of Azure for cloud migrations.
It shows how mainstream cloud adoption has become, moving critical stuff over.
Definitely. And they're positioning Azure as the go-to for those really critical workloads, things like VMware, SAP, Oracle environments. Plus, they emphasized broader regional availability.
Making a strong case for leadership there. And they're even looking further ahead, mentioned quantum computing progress with Major Honor 1.
Yeah, that's that future-gazing stuff. Shows they're still investing in potentially revolutionary tech, not just the current boom.
Okay, so that's
Deeply integrated. Yeah, they're really pushing that connection. And the growth in specific databases is pretty telling.
like PostgreSQL usage. Apparently, it's now used by nearly 60% of the Fortune 500. Companies like BMW, BNY Mellon.
That's widespread adoption in big enterprise, shows trust, and Cosmos DB, their NoSQL database, also seeing strong growth.
Used by companies like CarMax, DocuSign, even OpenAI uses it. A pretty diverse user base.
Speaks to its flexibility, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's Microsoft Fabric, their big analytics platform.
Right, Fabric, growing fast. Over 21,000 paid customers now, up 80% year over year.
80%, that's huge. And the fastest growing bit within Fabric is apparently real-time intelligence.
Which tells you businesses want insights now, not just from historical data.
Exactly. That need for instant analysis is critical. And the sheer volume of data. Their One Lake data lake grew, what, 6 times over the past year?
More than 6 times. The scale is just enormous.
Yeah.
Okay, so infrastructure, data. Now the AI tools themselves. Foundry.
Yeah, Foundry, their AI platform. Used by over 70,000 enterprises now.
That's a lot of companies building AI. And the processing numbers are wild.
Over 100 trillion tokens processed just this quarter, up 5x from last year, gives you a sense of the sheer activity.
Unbelievable scale. And their new agent service, the one for building AI agents.
Already hit 10,000 organizations using it in just 4 months. Rapid uptake.
And they're adding more tools, right?
Yeah.
Fine-tuning capabilities, pulling in models from OpenAI, Cohere, Meta, Mistral, all the big names.
Yeah, making Foundry a kind of central hub, access lots of different AI models, plus the tools to tweak them. They're catering to a wide range of needs.
And their own smaller models, the Phi family.
Getting traction too, 38 million downloads. Shows there's demand for efficient specialized models, not just the giant ones. And they're researching even more efficient ones like BitNet.
Interesting. Okay, let's pivot to developers. GitHub Copilot. It's moving beyond just suggesting code.
Yeah, they're framing it as evolving towards a peer programmer, new agent modes that can help write, debug, even fix code more actively.
Sounds like a big productivity boost. And the adoption.
It's exploding. Over 15 million developers using it now. That's more than 4 times up year over year. Big companies like Cisco, Target, Twilio are rolling it out.
Wow. And their traditional tools, Visual Studio, VS Code, still hugely popular.
Over 50 million monthly users combined. And don't forget Power Platform, their low-code tool.
Right, the leading low-code platform for AI makers, they called it. 56 million monthly users, up 27%.
That's huge because it opens up AI development beyond just pro coders. More people can build stuff.
Democratizing AI, kind of.
Right.
Okay, what about AI in like everyday work? Microsoft 365 Copilot.
Seeing significant uptake there too. Hundreds of thousands of customers, up 3 times year over year, and those customers are buying more seats too.
So businesses are seeing value in adding AI to Word, Excel, Teams, all that?
It seems so. And they're adding smarter features like these researcher and analyst deep reasoning agents that can crunch data within Copilot.
That sounds powerful. And they're making agents for specific jobs too. Sales, customer service.
Yeah, moving beyond general assistance to role-specific AI. Imagine AI qualifying sales leads automatically or helping service agents faster.
That could really change workflows. And people can build their own agents too.
With Copilot Studio, yeah, low code or no code, and get this, 230,000 organizations are already using it.
Seriously. And they built over 1 million custom agents last quarter alone.
Up 130% quarter over quarter.
Yeah.
Just explosive growth in custom, tailored AI solutions.
Okay, business applications like Dynamics 365.
Gaining share, apparently winning deals against older systems, and the healthcare AI, Dragon Copilot.
Yeah, that number was impressive. Documented nearly 9.5 million doctor-patient encounters, up over 50% in a quarter.
Shows real-world impact in specialized fields. And they're bringing specific agents to manufacturing and retail, too. Tailoring AI for different industries seems key to their strategy.
Makes sense. What about Windows and devices, the new Copilot plus PCs?
They're pushing the speed and battery life benefits, plus this growing number of AI apps from partners. Exclusive AI features coming, too.
And with Windows 10 support ending soon.
They're seeing a big jump in Windows 11 adoption commercially, up nearly 75% year over year. So a healthy upgrade cycle happening.
Okay. Security always critical.
Absolutely. They emphasize their Secure Future initiative and introduce security co-pilot agents using all their threat data.
Helping security teams be more proactive.
Growth in security customers, too.
Yeah, 1.4 million customers now and more using multiple security products. Their identity platform, Entra, has over 900 million monthly users. Just massive scale.
Huge numbers. Let's quickly touch on the consumer side, LinkedIn.
Hit over 1 billion professionals. Still growing members double digits, engagements up to video views, comments.
And people are using AI for learning and job hunting on there.
Increasingly, yes. Plus, their premium offerings for smaller businesses are doing well, and LinkedIn advertising revenue growth accelerated.
So LinkedIn's looking strong. What about search and ads like Bing and Edge?
AI is transforming that too. Copilot search in Bing, Vision in Edge, Discover on MSN. They're infusing AI everywhere, and it's working. They claim market share gains.
Apparently so for both Bing and Edge. And their total advertising revenue topped $20 billion over the past year. It's a significant business.
Definitely. And gaming, last big piece.
Focus there is on margin expansion. They've reached over 500 million monthly active users across everything: console, PC, mobile.
500 million gamers in their ecosystem. Wow. PC Game Pass doing well.
Very well. Revenue up over 45%. Cloud gaming setting records, too. Over 150 million hours played.
And AI is coming to Xbox. Copilot for gaming.
Yeah, early days, but they mentioned it. Plus, the Minecraft movie was a hit, which apparently boosted game usage, too.
Interesting synergy there. Okay, so that's the quarter. What about the outlook? Q4.
Still looking strong. Productivity and business processes revenue projected around $32 billion, give or take. That's 11-12% growth.
And Azure, the big one.
Expected growth between 34-35% in constant currency. Still huge demand for AI services.
But they did mention potential capacity constraints, right? Maybe can't quite meet all the AI demand immediately.
Exactly. Demand might be slightly outstripping supply in the very short term for AI specifically. Still forecasting massive growth overall, though. More personal computing around $12.6 billion.
And they expect capital spending to increase again in Q4.
Sequentially, yes, continuing to build out that infrastructure.
Okay, let's talk about the Q&A with analysts. What were the key themes there?
Well, Nadella addressed the data center strategy, talked about balancing workloads, regional needs, acknowledging power constraints in some places. It's complex.
So not just building everywhere, but being strategic about it.
Right. He also really emphasized that cloud migration, the sort of classic cloud stuff, is accelerating and is the foundation for all the AI growth on top.
So the core cloud business is still crucial and growing.
Absolutely. And Amy Hood, the CFO, she clarified something interesting about Q3's Azure performance.
What was that?
That most of the upside, the bit that beat expectations, actually came from non-AI services. AI benefited from getting hardware supply a bit early.
Ah, okay. So the core Azure business was stronger than expected too, not just AI hype.
Exactly. Though the AI demand is clearly enormous, they also talked a lot about capital efficiency.
Meaning getting more bang for their buck on those huge infrastructure investments.
Precisely. Driven by software and hardware optimizations, getting better performance and lower costs even while building out rapidly. Nadella really stressed the software side of AI efficiency too.
It's not just about the chips, but the code running on them.
And Hood linked the stronger non-AI Azure growth to just better execution, especially with enterprise customers.
So good old-fashioned sales and operations playing a part.
Seems like it. She also mentioned it's getting harder to even separate AI and non-AI workloads because they're becoming so intertwined, driving synergistic growth.
Okay, so boiling all that down, what are the main takeaways for someone listening?
Well, first, Microsoft is firing on pretty much all cylinders, especially cloud and AI. The growth is significant and broad.
Right. Second, they are pouring money into building the infrastructure needed for this AI future. The investment is massive.
Third, AI isn't just one product line. It's being woven into everything they do: developer tools, office apps, security, gaming, you name it.
Yeah, it's becoming foundational. And finally,
While there might be some short-term AI capacity limits because demand is so hot, the overall growth outlook is still incredibly strong. And importantly, they're getting much more efficient, faster, cheaper AI thanks to both hardware and software innovation.
so a picture of a company really executing well, riding a massive wave of cloud and AI adoption.
That's a good summary, I think. Strategically positioned right at the forefront.
Okay, so here's maybe a final thought for you to chew on. With Microsoft pushing so hard and investing so much in AI and the cloud infrastructure to support it, what does that mean down the line for your industry, or just for the work you do every day?
Yeah, how might these advancements change the tools, the services, the very way we work or live in the next few years? It's definitely something worth pondering.
Food for thought. We encourage you to think about those broader implications.
Absolutely. See how it connects to your world.
Okay, that wraps up this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.